All right, class. It is time. Uh, Currently, we covered variables, printing, displaying, taking user input. So, using all those things, we are going to work on our first project. Now, our first project is this right here. I give you fatty burgers and fries. Now, what you're going to have to do is create a program that allows you to order food. The program's first going to welcome you to Fatty Burger, so a simple print message. Then it'll display the prices, which are these right here. Again, more print messages. Now, this line here, it will then ask you how many burgers do you want. Now, if you remember in our work that we've been working on, not the assignments, but the programs we've been doing, asking for user input. Wonder where we've done that. Somewhere in here, perhaps? Or maybe the option pane. That's basically what you're going to have to do for that. Now, you can use doubles for this, or ints, doesn't really matter which. Uh, Now, you're going to ask how many burgers, how many fries, and how many shakes. So there'll be 3 user inputs, and you'll save those. And at this point, you're going to do a little bit of math. Now you need to find the total for each of those. So, give you an example. I want to find the total of something. What do I have to do? Well, I have my variable saved, and then I do some math. And then I print that math on the screen. This also works with the option pane. It's virtually the same thing. So, to give you a little example here, I ask for 2 burgers. Well, what's the burger total? $2 times 350 is $7. I asked for 2 French fries. Well, that's 2 times 150. That's $3. 2 times 125, and that would be 250. And you would save those in those variables. Now, once you've done the math and figured out the grand total, which is those 3 totals added together, so you'd make a variable, and I will tell you the multiplication, this version here, where you're doing these variables, should all be doubles, because we're going to have some decimal places here. So the first portion where we ask for the number of burgers can be ints if you want. It doesn't really matter. But these will have to be doubles. Now, once you've done all the math, you'll display it on the screen. How much, you know, the burgers were, how much the fries, how much the shakes, and then how much the grand total of all of those added together are. Then you're going to ask for one more thing. How much are they going to pay? So if my example, let's scroll down here, I typed in how many burgers would you like, how many fries, how many shakes. This is basically what it should look like. Now, and then I get my grand total. How much am I going to pay? I type in, and I would probably encourage you to make this a double as well. It's going to do a little math. So let's say I typed in 15. Well, 15 minus the total gives me $1. Now, it's okay if they were to type in, let's say, 5. What they would end up getting is -9. That's fine for now. Normally, we'd want to make sure they gave us enough money. Otherwise, we'd arrest them, call the cops, take out any, something like that. But for this project, it's okay. Just assume that they're going to type in a proper number. Negative just means they didn't give enough. And then it just prints a little message. So most of this project that you have to work on here is simply just you write a program that asks for user input. You do some math, and then you print the totals. So it's everything we covered so far. Now, as far as the dollar signs and stuff go, you're more than welcome to use the formatter that we talked about. Uh, you don't necessarily have to, just I'll leave that up to you guys. As long as the numbers are right, then that's mostly what I'm looking for. But if you want it to look a little nicer, then the formatter will certainly help. But this is what it should look like pretty much at the end. If you wanted to use the pop-ups, then this would pop up in a pop-up box and you type it in. This would pop up and this would pop up. And then of course your burgers and fries would display after you've typed everything in. And then you would add all those totals, you get this. You type in how much you're going to pay, and then you do your subtraction. And voila, your change at the end. So this uses every little bit we've talked about so far, and it is our first major project. So if you have any problems or questions, feel free to ask. Uh, I think that about covers it. And as I said, always ask questions if you have it. Uh, but I've kind of gone over everything you're going to need for this. Basically, as long as you've built the projects and you followed along with what we've been doing, basically you just look at your old projects. Use those to build this project. I've given you all the little Lego blocks, and now I want you to put them together in this order, like this. So if you have problems, issues, questions, just feel free to leave a message me. Uh, if I'm at school, drop by my office, let me know. Good luck.